Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the USRN registration series, and in this video we're going to be talking about the common mistakes that people make when filling out their online Cgfns application. Guys, you have no idea how hard, how frustrating, how time consuming it is when you want to correct a mistake that was made during Cgfns application. So make sure you watch this video to the end so that you don't make any of these mistakes in your own application. And if you are new here, hey guys, hey girls, welcome to my channel. In this channel I talk about nursing registration in different countries and life in these countries generally. So make sure you stick around and let's get on with this video. Hey guys, welcome back, and if you don't know what we're talking about yet, this video is part of a 5-part series of how to become registered as a nurse in the United States as a foreign trained nurse. So there's actually a whole playlist on my channel about the US registration process. Please feel free to check it out, and without further ado, we're going to get ahead with the purpose of this video. Now guys, I'm going to tell you about the 5 most common mistakes that people make when filling out their Cgfns online application. Now, number 1, this mistake is actually being made by at least 80% of people that are completing the Cgfns application process for the first time. Guys, if this is your first time doing the application process, I have another video about the step-by-step process of how to complete the Cgfns online application form. So be free to go and look at that video before you commence your own application. So the first most common mistake is that you are including your other qualifications in your Cgfns application. Guys, please don't do that. Don't do that. You're just going to spend more time, you're going to spend more money, you're going to spend more energy trying to justify those qualifications. Now, what do I mean? To register as a nurse in the US, you only need your 3 years nursing diploma or your 4 years BSN certificate. Every other thing does not matter. It doesn't matter if you went to your midwifery school. It doesn't matter if you did a psychiatric or mental health program. It doesn't matter if you're a child health or whatever. Those things doesn't matter. If you end up including those qualifications in your Cgfns application, you have to provide a transcript for each qualification that is there. You have to provide a license verification as well. So guys, save yourself that headache. Just use only your nursing diploma, and that is enough to get you the USRN registration. Number 2, make sure that your date of birth and the name in your qualifications is the same thing with what you are putting down in your Cgfns application online. Guys, let me start with the date of birth because I feel like this is the most common thing. People actually use wrong date of birth out of ignorance. So if you have a wrong date of birth, let's say your school of nursing or your nursing council or your license has a wrong date of birth, and then your international passport and your Cgfns application has another date of birth, guys, don't even submit that application until you've sorted it out. Date of birth is a very big issue with Cgfns. If they spot any little mistake with your date of birth, they are going to halt your application and they are going to demand an explanation why you have 2 different dates of birth. Now for name, let's say for example, all this while that you've been attending school, you did not have a middle name. You've been going with A as your first name and C as your last name. Now you want to register with Cgfns and you decide to include a middle name. So now your name is ABC. But in all your other qualifications, all the other documents you are submitting, you have just A and C. Guys, please don't do that. Just stick to one name. Otherwise, you will have to prove to Cgfns that A and C is the same person with A, B, and C. Now, for those that are married, all you have to do is submit your marriage certificate and that is sorted. So you really don't have any issues if you are married. Now, moving on, the 3rd most common mistake is using a license that is just about to expire. Guys, I know that the process of renewing our license is actually very hard. It takes time, it takes money, and you think that, okay, because I want to start the US registration process, there's no need for me to renew my license. Let me just get on with it, and before you know it, I'm out of the country. Guys, the Cgfns process takes a long time. From the time that you start your application to the time that you land in the US, you are going to spend nothing less than 2 years in the whole application. Well, some people have actually done it sooner, but let's say 2 years. Now, if your license is about to expire, you're going to have another issue with Cgfns and your nursing board, because they are going to ask you to renew that license before you move forward. So as a rule of thumb, if your license is less than 1 year to expire, then you should actually renew it before you start your application, because remember, one of the requirements is you must have a valid practicing license. If your license is expired, your nursing council is not going to verify that license. So make sure that you've already renewed that license before you commence your Cgfns application. Now, it's not just Cgfns application. You also need a valid license to be able to finish your registration with your board of nursing. If your license expires while your board of nursing is yet to conclude their own registration with you, they are going to ask you to submit another license verification form. So to avoid that, if your license is going to expire in less than a year, then I will advise you to renew that license before you commence your Cgfns registration process. Now, moving on. Number 4, don't send your documents on your own, guys. Believe me that people actually do this, maybe out of over familiarity. So for example, you have a good rapport with your school of nursing, and then after you download the Cgfns forms, that's your transcript request forms and your license verification form, you send the one to your licensing authority, but then your school of nursing own, you take it yourself to the school for your principal to fill. Now, there are some people that after the principal has filled it, they will hand it over to you to go and post it yourself. Now, that is the mistake. If you are posting it yourself, make sure that you don't use your own address. Some people forget and then they use their address as the sender's details. Guys, Cgfns is going to reject that transcript, because your transcript is supposed to come directly from your school. Your license verification form is supposed to come directly from your nursing council. Any documents coming from you directly will be rejected. No question. So make sure that your principal is sending it themselves, and if they are asking you to send it on their behalf, just make sure that the address that you are putting is not your own address. Guys, I'm really serious. This thing happens more often than you think it does, so be very wary of that. Now, moving on, the 5th most common mistake is starting your Cgfns application process and your board of nursing application process at the same time. Guys, come on, we know that we want this process to go fast as possible, but actually opening the two at the same time is going to cause more harm than good. Let me explain. The board of nursing registration expires in 1 year. So in 1 year, they expect you to have completed everything and have passed NCLEX. If for any reason your board of nursing registration expires before you complete NCLEX, then you have to register again and you have to pay the fee again. So guys, what I will advise is that when you start your Cgfns application, make sure that Cgfns has received all your documents and your application is already submitted. So you are seeing in your portal that it's already under review. Then you can go ahead to the Board of Nursing website and start your application. And every board of nursing have different requirements to be met. So after opening your board of nursing application, don't just sit down and relax and wait for Cgfns to send the report. Start doing every other thing. Start ticking those boxes. So there are some board of nursing that we expect you to like pass a test. Like Texas, we say you should pass the jurisprudence test. Or New York, we say you should do some programs. Or send a fingerprint card. You have to do all those things while you are waiting for your CES report. So guys, and these things take time. It's not as if you just open it and then you complete it within 1 month. That is why you should not start your board of nursing application the same time you are starting your Cgfns registration, and you should not wait for the last minute to start your board of nursing application. The next video that I'm going to upload in this series will be about the part 2, which is registering with the board of nursing. And remember, we're going to be talking about the board of nursing to avoid, those that are easy to register with, how to do your own fingerprint, and also how to meet up with the other requirements that has been specified by the board of nursing. If you've watched this video to this point and you're not subscribed to my channel yet, What are you waiting for? Look under this video and click the subscribe button. If it's still red, it means you've not subscribed. So make sure you click the subscribe button, and it doesn't end there. The notification bell close to it has to be ticked as well, so you'll be notified when I drop more videos like this. And until next time, I love you guys. Stay fabulous. Bye.